Hi everyone, welcome to week 3. This first video is an overview video. So when I get finished with all the videos, you will be able to see this one. This will be made published and you can see it. And so for this one, we're going to talk about 3.0, 3.1 discussion. We're going to briefly mention 3.2 and then 3.3 quiz. And at the very end, after somewhere in here, either before I do the chapter or after the chapter, probably after, I'll go into more detail about 3.2. Okay, so there'll probably be um, 3 or 4 videos. I don't know, okay? But you can just see them, they'll be here. So let's talk about the introduction. If you haven't gathered, I try to talk to you like we're sitting in a classroom. Okay, that's why I'm kind of laid back. Planning and organizing business messages. And some of you may think, oh my gosh, I'm in medical. I don't need to do planning and organizing of business messages. I don't have to worry about business messages. And one, because you're in medical at like the bottom level, you have no clue where your ambition is going to take you. So there may be a time where your supervisor of young people like you, and you do have to do a business message, maybe to a supplier or to a vendor or to another organization that you're working with. So yes, it does apply to you and definitely the criminal justice people and the business people. But I'm trying to get through to, I've had students say, well, I'm medical, I don't have to worry about this. Why? No, you don't know where you're going to be at in 5 years. Okay. And so you might as well learn it and then you can use it and then you're ready for it. Okay. So let's get going. Third week of business communication course, you're going to be learning about the writing process in the digital age and focus on planning, organizing, and drafting business messages. So watch common writing errors. It's a video about 14 common spelling and grammar errors. So how many of the errors were you not aware of previously? This would be really, really good, if nothing else, than for you in school. Okay, the objectives for this week is explain how the 3x3 writing process guides a writer, identify the message by the purpose, the audience, which is who you're writing it for. You're not writing it for you, you're writing it for the people that's going to be reading it, and the communication method. Demonstrate expert writing techniques, and then summarize the collaborative writing process. And fifth, describe ways to generate ideas and organize information. Now we're going over 2 chapters this week, chapter 4 and chapter 5. Here's the 2 PowerPoints for it to kind of give you a heads up on it. Practice questions, the grammar practice, and here is the study guide for the quiz for this week. Remember, on the quizzes, you can do them twice, and the system will keep the highest score. Okay. Next is your discussion for this week. It's brainstorming and business messages. And so you're supposed to explore the internet for other methods of ideal generation, such as free writing, looping, listing, clustering, and then select a method that appeals the most to you. So you say, I like free writing for me and clustering. Those are my 2 favorites. And so I would select one of those that would appeal the most, and I would probably make, for me, I would probably have free writing as my primary way of doing that. I think that's just kind of where my mind works the best. Um, Number 2, then and at least 300 words using Microsoft Word. Describe why you think this method would be effective. Now, heads up, if you have a Mac and you don't have access to Microsoft Word, you need to talk to me, and I have some ways that we can work this out for you. Okay. Compare and contrast your selected method to the brainstorming technique. If you need assistance writing a compare contrast essay, you should watch the following video. This is a YouTube video. It's real simple. It gives you this little form. It shows you how to do a compare and contrast. I will be grading for a compare and contrast approach on your discussion. In your responses to at least 2 classmates, provide your opinion on how and why you think their preference would be effective or not. So in your initial response, you need to do number 2. Okay. Come on, computer. Okay, 3.2 written assignment. We're going to go over this more in depth at the end, but I just want to pop this into you. Activity 4.7, applying the writing techniques to a poor email message. And then activity 4.9, this exercise is about analyzing your audience and the channels used to reach that audience. Channels is the method you do it. And channel is talking on a phone, newspaper may be a channel, face-to-face, memos. The audience is who's going to be reading it. And then your task, I'm going to talk about the task part when I go over your assignment better. And 5.12, this exercise will help you build a better paragraph than the example that's provided. So you have 1, 2, 3. Okay. And remember, check out the rubric. And then there's your quiz. And that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to start talking to you about the chapter.